Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Game Warrior. My name is Jason.
I'm Jenny.
And this is our top 50 games of all time, 2023 edition, even though it is 2024. We're a little late. And this is the top 10, the ones you've been waiting for. So as usual, ladies go first. The top 10, Jenny, the top 10.
I am so surprised at my top 10, at my number 10, not my top 10. Well, my top 10 is pretty great, but I for sure thought this was going to be higher on my list, so I'm very curious as to what beat it. But my number 10 is Ark Nova. So that used to be quite a bit higher on my list. I mean, within the top 10, but this is a game where you are building your own zoo. You are reaching out to other zoos, you're making partnerships, you are doing research, and basically you are gaining appeal as well as conservation. So, and that's how you score points at the end of the game. So much going on in this game, so many different things you can be doing, so many different areas that you can be focusing on, and well, obviously you have to focus on all of them if you want to win the game, but this is just an amazing game. So well done. I don't even know how someone created this entire game with all of the moving parts and pieces within it. So my number 10, Ark Nova.
Perfect game. Absolutely perfect game. And I can say that riding a 16-game win streak. Okay,
You tied one.
My 10 is, again, so close. So guess what? This 10 is my 10 from last year. Same place. Didn't move. But it was really close to a match with hers on the last video. Excuse me. Marvel United. Marvel United. We just talked about it in the last video. It's so easy and yet so cool. You know, I put a card down. It says what I can do. And then she plays a card that's based on what my card can do and what her card can do. And then mine bases on what hers. It's just this cooperative thing. And these little villains, they just have a few things they could do, and yet they've created all the textures of design in it, and so that it's so creative, it's so fun. You can teach it to anyone. They get it quick, and if you're a Marvel fan, you get all that on top of it. It's the perfect game. Number 10, Marvel United. Okay, Jenny, give us number 9.
All right, my number 9 is a game that's been pretty high up on my list before, and that is Dune Imperium.
Ooh, that's a little low.
Ooh. Dune Imperium is a fantastic game. The way that they create this feeling of scarcity, where you can just barely eke out a living out there in the deserts, and gain resources to try and achieve what you're trying to achieve. So well done. The theme really pulls through in the game. The characters that you get to play have very unique, different attributes to them and powers. So yeah, this game is always, I can't imagine a time this game isn't in my top 10, but who knows, because it's at number 9 right now. So Dune Imperium.
Perfect game. My number 9 has slipped one space, but I guarantee you, this is a guarantee, you ready? Take this to the bank, that next year it's going to be up. How can I say that?
I know what this is.
Guess.
I think it's Dune Uprising.
Nope, she's totally wrong. Oh. It's Cthulhu, Death May Die.
Oh.
And Fear of the Unknown should be coming out by the end of this year. So good. Oh, I love this game. It's such a great game. We've just had so many good times with this game. So it's dropped one this year, but that's because we haven't played it. Because we've played every single scenario with all the different variations. And so we're just kind of like waiting for this. Oh. And we'll paint them. This is one of the sets we paint the miniatures. We got a lot of games that we've painted, and then there's games that you're like, oh, we want to paint those, and we never did.
Right.
But we paint every single twisted Cthulhu monster that comes down the pike. Oh, it's so cool. We don't always paint the investigators.
No.
Oh, this is such a good game. We've had so many cinematic victories.
So many.
So many blow your mind. This is it. And you roll a dice to start, and by the end, you've got a handful, and in your madness, and you're dying, and you roll 30 dice, and you either win or lose, and it's just crazy. It's designed by Rob Dabbio and Eric Lang. His name seems to be featured a lot on CMON games. And I just love this game. I have emotions about it. And it's because it puts you through the ringer.
It does.
And then you win
Or lose
in these spectacular ways that's so fun. That's something to talk about, like a game that engages your emotions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. My number 9, Cthulhu Death May Die. Guarantee it will go up next year. Jenny.
All right. My number 8 is...
Oh, yeah. 8. Sorry.
Well, that was your number 9, right?
Yeah, I know. I forgot.
Okay. My number 8 is Architects of the West Kingdom. Architects.
You just love your New Zealand Euro trash, don't you?
They're so good. They make such good games, so well made, so fun to play, and so different. So, they have their whole series of games, but each one has a very unique mechanism. The artwork is similar, and the iconography, so you get to know.
There's
you can
a
dive in
familiarity to it. Yeah, I like
you can dive in pretty quickly to their new games, but you are learning a brand new game. They create such unique. Each game is very unique in how it's played. So, my number 8, Architects of the West Kingdom.
So was this higher than Viscounts for you?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. My number 8 is
Cat problems.
My number 8 is a game that's been on her list. I think, maybe not. Holy no, I don't know. I think she mentioned it. Massive Darkness 2.
Yep.
We have painted so many of these minis, not all of them.
Cat problems.
Cat problems. We love. It's just so modular. It's so fun. I think the reason it came down, and this is a weird way, is that we ended up getting so excited we started to share it with other people, and it got a little bogged down with 4 that the 2 players that we were having so much fun. Mm-hmm. So we just come home from work and just boom, playing. Oh, we just never left the table for a long time. Mm-hmm. We pulled it back out again. It halt all progress in other games. Massive Darkness 2. Fantastic dungeon crawl game. Fantastic design. Great miniatures. Streamlined. Go. Have some great battles at the end that are a little bit similar. CMON knows how to do this to Cthulhu Death May Die. Cinematic. Mm-hmm. You win most of the time, but when you lose, you're like excited. Try it again. Yeah. Darkness 2. That is my number 8. Jenny, on to... Oh, wait. And that was my number 3 last year. So it's dropped, but not really in a sense. Yeah. Okay, your number 7.
All right, my number 7. I'm just looking at my list from last year because, I don't even know where this game was or even if it was in my top 50. Oh, it was, but it's gone up. So my number 7 is Blood Rage.
It went up for you too, yeah, right?
So this one's had a bit of a reawakening for me. So like Jason said, a friend of ours got this at a convention, threw it down on the table, and just reminded of what a solid, good game this is. So we've played it multiple times this year. Just a great game. The Viking theme and everybody having their own kind of clan fighting against each other, and the card mechanism and the drafting.
Oh, it's so...
Yeah. So really, really great game. So number 7, Blood Rage.
Concur. Okay, my number 7 is a great game. I have a feeling it'll be in her top 10. It might not be. It used to be one of her former number 1s. It's just fascinating game for us. It's just a game that is weird. It's quirky. It's just amazing. It's called The Great Wall by Awakened Realms. Oh, do I love this game. It's just worker placement weirdness. And it's weird because we all team together to stop the horde from breaking over the wall. But there's a winner. And the winner, it's not cooperative. It's not cooperative at all. It's competitive. And so it feels so true because the way you win is to look better to the emperor than your friends. So you want to look more honorable. And the things you do, it just feels like court intrigue. You're like, yeah, she lost that battle, but I won it. You know, even though we're working together, it's just, oh, I love Great Wall. Oh, what a game. So fun, so different, so different.
Yeah.
And everyone who introduces is like, whoa, like so different. Okay. Said enough. The Great Wall, my number 7. On to your, oh, wait. And that was my previous number 5, so it's dropped 2 spaces. Number 6.
All right, my number 6 was actually my number 5 last year, so this thing is hanging in there strong. And that is Wayfarers of the South Tigris.
I thought this was going to be your favorite one.
Yeah, so this is another one that I absolutely love. Again, totally different from the other games, but beautiful artwork that still holds a similarity to the previous games. But Wayfarers is the top one of those games on my list. So at number 6, Wayfarers of the South Tigris.
New Zealand trash. Okay, my number 6. It's already been on your list. It's a game we've played so much. It's Castles of Burgundy. I don't know what more to say about it. It's just
He wins this game.
I win a game a lot. I don't win always, but I win a lot. It's surprising. The game is so old. The old games, there's so much new technology that people are coming out with. You know? And this game just holds up. I would recommend it to anyone. What an elegant, beautiful, perfect design. Castles of Burgundy. And because we like good things, I guess, to say that, fine things, the deluxe version is amazing. I've seen a couple people playing the old version. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't play that. No. Elite gaming from Utah. In the midst of Midwest white trash people. Okay, that was my number 6. Moving on to number 5. Oh, wait. And that's new to the list. That came in last year, the beginning of 2023. And we played. Our son was up recently, and he was just like, let's pull that out. We just pulled it out, and we just loved every moment of it. Okay, on to number 5.
All right, my number 5 is a game that was also really high up there. It was my number 2 last year. I absolutely love this game, and that is Meadow.
Wow, that's still on your list.
Oh, it is such a good game. Don't listen to him. So good. So good. The artwork is
Fantastic
absolutely beautiful. You're building a tableau.
Beautiful tableau.
Yeah,
well
beautiful
designed.
tableau to get points at the end of the game, but so well designed. The game, I absolutely love this game. I absolutely love this game and would play it all the time. So, my number 5, Meadow.
And it dropped one? You say it was your number 4 last year?
3.
3, no. Okay. My number 5 is a game that was on her list probably a video or 2 ago and is down from number 2. And that's mostly just because we're not playing it and we need to play it. And it's Oathsworn. The greatest, well, oh, now that I'm thinking about it, I have to say Massive Darkness is a great dungeon crawl too. They're different. They're different. But Oathsworn is a story campaign. And the way they design the campaign, it's very quick and easy. It's just a story with the thing, and then you just have one battle, and that battle is your boss battle. So there's no grind. You don't have to go through a grind. And you just do the big boss battle, and that boss battle takes two hours probably, and is just great. Oh, and the feel of the deep wood, and it's a great game if you like big boss battler campaigns. If you don't play it. But if you do, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oathsworn, my number 5.
All right, my number 4, and I
Top 4, Jennie. What have you got for us?
I know. I look forward to this going up, maybe next year, and that is Cthulhu Death May Die. So
Yeah.
Jason already talked about this one. Again, we've had some absolutely epic wins. At the very last minute, it came down to like a shotgun, and we managed to win. So So
like we're
well done.
yelling and screaming at the table, high-fiving each other.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This game is so well done. I love the tension. I love just the theme of Cthulhu and all things Cthulhu. So really, really great game. My number 4, Cthulhu, Death May Die.
such a good game. Such a good game. Oh, okay. My number 4. This will be interesting. It's Dune Imperium. Dune Imperium. I just can't say enough about this game. And I win it sometimes. It's so tight. It's so feels Dune-ish. It's just so scarce. Mm-hmm. It's a worker placement, card drafting, deck building masterpiece. True masterpiece. I believe it's been designed by Paul Denon. Could be wrong on that. I think and Dire Wolf Publishing. It's such a great classic. When we pull it out, everyone's all like, okay,
Okay, here we go.
let's do it. This is serious. It's a serious game. We're going to get serious about it. You're not going to have fun. There's no fun. There's no fun. Dune Imperium has no fun. There's no fun. You're not like, oh, that was great. No, you're like, you throw down everything. You're like, you lost. Oh! Start flipping people off. It was terrible. And then you win the next battle. And it's got 10 points. So brilliant. You fight. First one to 10 wins.
I mean,
So
even getting the points is scarce. Like, it's
Yeah.
like you eke out every single point you get. So good.
Can't say enough. My number 4, Dune Imperium. And guess what? It was 4 last year. So right there at the top 5. Didn't move. All right. Number 3 for Jennie. Oh, this is getting so tight. I'm sitting there thinking, well, I'm one. This year, I probably more than any other year, I'm 100% convinced I know what her number 1 is. Having said that, what are 2 and 3? Meta was a loop, and Arc Nova was way lower than I would have guessed.
I was surprised about Arc Nova. I was
Okay.
surprised.
Let's see what it is. What's number 3?
All right, so people may really disagree with me having done this, but these games, there was a game that of the same name earlier on my list, but this one just feels, although it's basically the same game, they reworked it in a way that I think is just absolutely genius and makes it quite different. And that is Dune Imperium Uprising is my number 3. I love, love, love what they did with this game. And honestly, I don't know that I will ever go back to Dune Imperium. Dune Imperium may fall off my list because of Dune Imperium Uprising. Just the little tweaks that they made in this game to make it just a more round experience. Before there were certain tracks you could just ignore pretty much. I mean, you might need to go there at the beginning of the game, and then that's pretty much it. But they made it really critical that you keep going there throughout the game, and there's more dependencies between different spots, so you can't go to this spot until you have influence over on this spot. There's sandworms. Is that what they're called? Sandworms?
Yeah.
Sorry, it sounded like Beetlejuice for a minute. I'm like, wait, are they called the same thing? But just kudos to them for cat problems. Kudos to them for the way that they reworked this game and just made it even better, which I didn't know was possible. So my number 3, Dune Imperium Uprising.
She took my phone with it. No, it's in my pocket. Okay. So, guess what we have for the first time ever?
A crossover?
A full-on perfect crossover.
You're so close.
Number 4 was Dune Imperium. Number 3 is Dune Imperium Uprising. It probably might. One day I might eliminate Dune Imperium, but I don't know. I still like people are like, I'll never play that again. I will play it again.
I won't.
Yeah, she might not. Dune. Yeah, it's not a brand new game, but it's a 1.5 edition, and it's if you love the first game.
So good.
I mean, this is kind of why we play games. Like, this is a serious moment here. That's the games of Dune where you're not having any fun and you're just totally in it, and the whole table is like breathing, and like every battle is like, I don't know, we're weird. We love that kind of gaming. I mean, that's why we game. To pull out a Dune game, and we have friends who are like, oh, we're going to do this? We're going to do it. You know, and our son, Riley, he loves it. We have our friends. It's a thing. I call Dune, and this new Uprising, it's a thing.
It's really good.
It's heavy game, though, so if you're not, if you're looking for Monopoly 2.0, don't get this. Okay, on to number 2. Top two. I know what our number 1 is. I think if I'm wrong, I'll know it right now.
All right, so you are going to be surprised because my number 2 is Mosaic,
That's
a
bullshit.
story
That's
of civilization.
She just did that literally to be difficult.
I didn't. This is how it panned out. I absolutely love Mosaic. We started playing it this year. We've played it 18 times. I don't know. A lot. I win it a lot. Less now because now people have figured out how to win as well. But this is just an epic game. This is the game that I stand from beginning to end and just thinking through my strategy and watching as the cards come up and trying to figure out what my next move is and figure out, hoping that a card is still there when it comes around to my turn. And there's just so many different ways you can go in this game, and you're trying to balance all the different ways because you have to really hit a variety in order to score maximal points at the end of the game. So this is just an epic game. I can't say enough about Mosaic. Love this game. And it is one of those games. It's intense. Standing from beginning to end, you're just in it to win it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But oh, it's so good. So good. My number 2, Mosaic, a story of civilization.
Yeah, she was asking me, and let's play it tonight. So I don't know. It's getting later, so we might not. Wow. Here's the fun part. You want to hear something fun? I now have no idea what your number 1 is. Like, no idea. I can't remember. I'm probably... If you say Marvel Splendor, I'm going to be upset. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. My number 2 also reveals way too much. It's Ark Nova. Ark Nova.
Oh, I know what your number 1 is then.
Ark Nova. The perfect game. The 16-game winning streak.
He tied.
Victory, 16-game victory streak.
Tied.
I one time decided to share a victory. What a game. I can't say enough about it. It's a heavy game. It's not fun. It's totally intense. This not fun thing is a friend of ours named Tom. He coined that. He goes, these games aren't fun, Jason. I go, I know. And he goes, I can't stop playing, but they're just stress. It's like, come over to your house and it's just 4 hours of stress. Why do we do it?
Oh, it's so satisfying.
Oh, it's so satisfying. Ark Nova is the perfect game. I've never seen it's card mechanics. It's build the zoos out. It's a little polyomino, not really too much. We love animals. We're animal fans. We've got one right here.
Yeah.
There's your kitty cat. And I love Ark Nova. But apparently this Pub Meeple thing says I like one other game better. So here we go. Okay, so this is it. Number 1. Let's all just take a pause. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to guess.
If you thought about it, you would know.
If I thought about it, I would know.
Yeah.
Okay. Has it been on my list?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the one game she hasn't mentioned, it used to be her number 1. I would be surprised if it's still number 1. So it's possible it's the Great Wall, but she doesn't like that better than Mosaic. And then she didn't mention Nemesis, did she? I don't think that would jump up to number 1. We haven't played it in a year. Don't know.
My number 1 is The Great Wall.
Still.
Was my number 1 last year.
It was your number 1 last year.
Mosaic has given
Really?
it an absolute run for its money.
So head to head.
Yeah, but I will say, when you win at Great Wall, there is no other win like a win at Great Wall. Maybe except for Dune. Like that,
Yeah.
just because there is so much strategy, and you are just trying to eke out every single point, and at the same time as you're trying to help everybody beat the Mongol horde, you're also trying to go behind everybody's back and get the most points humanly possible. I've had some epic wins at this game, and no other win has compared to a win at Great Wall. So
yeah, she's had. If I think of it in terms of that, then I do agree that Great Wall's still at her top. We played it, and she's just had these victories that made you.
Yeah, the other brilliant piece about Great Wall that I think pushes it above some of the other games too is the fact that on everyone's turn, everyone is going. You do not have downtime during this game at all. Yeah. Your turn includes all the other players at the table. They take a turn. So you're constantly engaged in this game. You're not sitting there waiting. So it's so well designed. And yeah, my number one, the Great Wall.
Yeah, magic in terms of the design. Like, you don't ever have time to look at your phone. It's your turn. Okay, I'll look at. No, you can't look at your phone because you're gonna play. And we were just sitting right over there. Word Builders. We played it last night or 2 nights ago, and I remember just sitting there, kind of like, it's not my turn. And that's a fast game. Mm-hmm. But Great Wall, you're not. You're just so in it, and it's weird and it's just a little odd. It's design. All right. It stayed above Mosaic. I think there's another reason why it stayed above Mosaic, and that's because the person who shot out of the gate with like a 6-game winning streak has had a hard time winning since at Mosaic. Yeah. Close, but no cigar. Close.
Still won more than everybody else.
Oh, yeah, but I'm catching her. And we had she had a controversial loss last.
It was controversial.
Yeah, it was like an unsettled victory on my part. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's mine?
Could have called it back.
Could have called it back. But you waited a little too long.
I did.
Yeah. Thumbs the brakes. She's excellent at Mosaic. Okay, what's my number one? Mosaic. Yeah. Which is crazy because it was that or Ark Nova. But the crazy thing is I probably like Ark Nova better because of the 16-game winning streak. But I want to play Mosaic more because I don't want to risk my 16-game winning streak.
Oh my gosh. Get over it.
Mosaic is a civilization building game that will melt your mind. And we have a gentleman, I don't remember his last name, Seth, to thank for it. I bought the Kickstarter of it, and I had the big super deluxe version, and I was like, I opened it, and I didn't do anything with it. And we were at SaltCon in the fall. Mm-hmm. And we were there the first day, and we got there early, and we're walking through the hall, people plus playing board games, and we're like, what do? We got our little, pile of games, and our friends hadn't showed up yet, so we had a little timer, just me and Jennie. And I walked by this guy with a little flag saying players wanted, and he had Dune Imperium on there, which really got me interested, and then Mosaic. And I was like, oh, this would be a perfect time to have someone teach me this game so I don't have to do it, right? And so I said, Jennie, do you mind? And she was a little reluctant, to be honest. She's like, I don't know. I don't want to learn this new game. And I said, but we'll learn it, and I don't have to learn it. I love that, the economy of it. And so we met this guy, and he said, sure. So he sat down. This is a great story. And we played, and about halfway through, I thought, this might be a game. Like, I think I like this. It's starting to click. And I was brutally being beaten, destroyed. Like Jennie was in the 200 points. I was in the 50s. I just didn't do well, though I loved building my society. I just was having fun. And at the end of the game, we were sitting there. We'll wrap up with this. This is why I thought for sure it was your number one. That we're sitting there, and you got all these final game scoring things, right? And you just start to do it. And Jennie's standing, right? And she's just standing there. And I'm like, don't get your hopes up, honey, because she's close. Because this guy's played 50 times. He's going to beat you, right? And he gets it all together, and he's, and then she's like, 5-10 points ahead. And he sits there, and he's just looking at it. He's just staring. And I'm like, okay, well, he's going to pull the next card out that gives him the 10 points that beats her, right? And he looks like just furtively down at his stack of cards again. Furtively. He just looks down, and Jennie is standing, I'm sitting, and I see her just start to hop. There's this little excited bounce. Her face, poker face, but she's bouncing, right? And he furtively goes through, furtively. I mean, the furtively, and I'm like, oh no, I think he lied. I think Jennie won. No, don't get excited. Don't get excited. And he got in, and he put the cards down, and he was stunned look on his face. Sorry, Seth, if you watch this.
It was a great game.
And Jennie's all like, he's like, you won. And she was like, it was a fun first game, wasn't it?
It was a great first game.
And then we came from the convention, we opened ours and played it again so we didn't lose it. And we played it so many times since. And she won the first 6 or 7 games. And then we finally caught up. But oh my, it was so fun to see this little excited bounce. But her face was like, I don't care if I win or lose, I don't care. And when we knew she won when he looked at the deck again, right?
Yeah.
With the furtive, oh no, there's got to be a point in there somewhere. And there wasn't. Oh, it's a fun game. Go get Mosaic. Don't get the little version on Amazon. It's trash. Get the $200 or $300 big version if you can. It's worth it, I think.
I mean, it's an epic game. So if you can afford the epic...
If you can afford
If you can afford the epicness of it, do that. But if not, get the other one because it's still an amazing game.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Hey, and I love you guys. Tappa, tappa, tappa. What's your number 1 game of the year? What's your top 10? What'd you think of our list? What do you think of our cats? Do you have any thoughts about our cats? And welcome to our new studio here. You like the new studio? Like, where's the bookshelf? Well, it's right over there, but the whole computer over there wouldn't work, so we're on a different computer. So I've had a lot of fun.
This has been awesome.
So we do a little thing in our family called the Rose, Thorn, and Leaf. And we'll do it with you before we say goodbye. What was your rose from this experience this afternoon of making these videos? What was your thorn? And what do you want to grow from it? So your rose is your nice moment. Your thorn is maybe the problems moment, probably the computer over there not working. And leaf. What do you want to grow from this gaming, sharing experience with our friends out on the interwebs?
Yeah. My rose is just from going through this exercise of going through all the games that we've played and reminding myself of all of them. My rose is just the games, the gaming community, the fact that people are so creative and clever and just geniuses in bringing these amazing works of art, really, to our tables. So just that's my rose, is having so much gratitude for those people that put so much work into these games. And whether they were on our list or not on our list, it doesn't matter. I know that these are a labor of love, and so having that reminder was really, really cool. And also a reminder of just how amazing the gaming community is, and just everybody who loves to be, just mentally challenged and play these games and create a community around it. It's very cool. My thorn, I don't know if I had a thorn.
It was probably not picking Mosaic number 1. That was your thorn.
I mean, I think the thorn is sometimes in the top 5. It gets a little like, when you're saying it out loud, it's like, no, that one should have been on my number 1. So, there's just, again, so many. This is my thorn. There's too many great games.
It's true.
That's not a bad thorn to have.
Not a bad thorn to have.
And
I love how you make these lists your own.
Yeah.
They just really, we play these things so intensely, and then she just makes them her own. Like, we had a friend over for dinner once, and he's all like, so does Jennie just play the games for you, or does she actually like them for herself? Jennie answered, for herself.
Yes, I like these games. And then I think my leaf, again, just going through these lists and saying how many times, like, oh man, I want to play that game again, or I want to get that to the table again. Because we get kind of caught in certain games because we love them so much. But it would also be great. A Leaf would be great to revisit some of these other games, as well as a ton of games we still have that, you know, we just haven't played yet. So my Leaf is to keep diving into some of the games that haven't made it to the table in a while, as well as the new ones.
It was lovely. Thank you. Yeah, I would say I'm going to back it out. I'm going to leave first is just to grow in the balance between new games and the excitement of new games and the love of old games. And it seems like we sometimes will get just stuck playing Castles of Burgundy for a month or two, right? And then Mosaic for a month or two. And then now I want to play some new games. And, we bought them, let's play them. And then we start to miss that balance. I'd love to find a way to hit that balance. That's what I want to grow. My thorn was some of the technical issues, having to move over. It was a little technically. And then my rose was just how many memories that we've built over gaming. We do a lot of things together. We don't just game. But there's such a diversity of games and people that we've met and combined, and it's something that we share together that has been reminded by going through this list. What a joy this has been in our lives to play and share and teach games with each other and with our friends. It's just been a beautiful rose, and this has been a reminder of that. So, okay, till next year, or whatever video I do next. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Jason. Any last words?
I'm Jenny.